How's everybody doing? At least I'm live. At least I actually went live this time. It became a new normal that I have to push the button in OBS and then push the button in YouTube. Don't know why. It's just made it a default that I have to turn those things on. What the fuck? Thank you, friendo. I appreciate your pride in me. What's up, Martin, Kevin? Hello, Pigstream. Hi, The Real Thing. How's everybody doing? As usual, forgot to turn off the Discord. 1 second. So everybody can hear me, I'm guessing, by the mockery of friendo. It's been a lazy day. And my shower just broke. Motherfucker. I had to wash myself like I'm in Thailand. And only people who's been in Thailand know that reference. In Thailand, in some places, there's a thing called a bucket shower, where you shower from a bucket. So that's what I had to do today. It was right after I did the shaving thing. So I'm gonna be itchy in a bit. Hello, Bianca. My shower broke, Bianca. This fucking apartment breaks all the time. Right. 5 people are in and listening. This is the channel we are reacting to today. We're gonna go through a few videos, and I don't know. You guys are gonna decide the level of shittiness that you are willing to endure for this, because I've changed the name of the stream in mid journey to call out fucking YouTube, because these homesteaders, they teach other people how to kill animals on YouTube while growing their channel and monetizing their channel, and it becomes a fucking thing that they teach other homesteaders via YouTube videos how to kill animals. But I don't want to traumatize my already traumatized audience. So you guys get to decide. You guys get to decide what the level of holy shitness you're willing to endure in this case. That's about it. This video is not holy shit. We're just talking about animal abuse. It's not showing any animal abuse in this video. So Bianca says she can handle it. You can look away. Well, the good thing is this person is giving you a warning, right? Warning, death. So he's putting in trigger warnings before he kills the animals, but not before he like butchers them and shit like that. But you know, some of the things not as apparent to the non-vegan eye as it was in the last time. Just a bunch of terrified animals, a bunch of exploitation. What's up, Olawali Blue, the Hey Catizzy Market? Thank you. I'm actually just growing out this part of my hair, and I just shaved this part of my hair. And I'm gonna get itching a little bit because my shower broke and I couldn't wash the little hairs off myself well enough. TMI, but I don't mind the TMI. So I appreciate that it's gonna get fluffy in a minute though, because it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get dry. Those are the worst. Yeah. Horrific. The pain of my existence. Why I decided to go with a haircut that needs refreshing every couple of, like, once a month. Don't know. Looks good. I guess I'm suffering for beauty. I don't know. Right. Let's say hello to the most honest person on this planet who called his channel Hurts Homestead. Yes, it hurts to the animals. It's pretty horrific. But this video is not yet too horrific. So let's watch it.
Hi, welcome to Hertz Homestead. Today we're going to be going over the best bird to have for your flock. If I could read.
Can you hear him? All right. I'm gonna assume that he's a him. Can anybody? Can you hear the video? Okay. I don't want to continue until you say yes. All right. Good. It's kind of loud. Oh, I can do that. I can reduce that. I can reduce the loudness.
Restart. This is the only bird I'd have, but sadly I got all fun and bought my wife some for her birthday. All these fun colored ones, but these are honestly probably one of the best birds. They're called the queen of poultry. So this chicken is called the American breast chicken. Their nickname is the queen of poultry, but they lay up to about 250 eggs per year. They're also known to be one of the most gourmet, best tasting meat birds around. But
so that's all the animals are for in this case, right? So it's a reduction of a sentient animal into basically an object, the produce, right? This animal is amazing because they produce a lot of eggs and they produce nice tasting corpse. The corpse is tasty, you know. There's no other reason to have these animals but to tasty corpse.
sadly, they do take about 16 weeks to 18 weeks to get fully grown and butcher ready. And what farmers used to do is they used to grow.
The animal is basically terrified, running away from him. Like, just leave him alone. Leave me alone. I mean, look at that.
But sadly, they do take about 16 weeks to 18 weeks to get fully grown and butcher ready. And what farmers used to do is they used to grow these chickens.
So 16 weeks to 18 weeks. That is a long time, even in homesteads. So we know in an industry, 6 to 8 weeks is how long it takes to raise an animal to lot of weight, or whatever that means. Basically, when the animal is big enough and not gonna grow more, it's not gonna. The corpse is not gonna be worth more, and you don't want to spend more food on the actual sentient animal. So the claim here is that he has to spend more food on the animal because they don't grow as big or whatever.
Out and the last 2 weeks of their life, they give them skim milk and corn. They'd soak the milk in the corn.
They feed milk to skim milk and corn. They feed to chickens. Don't know why. I saw homesteaders claim that tastes better. I don't know. The corpse, the corpse later tastes better if you feed the milk. What kind of weird shit is that? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Why on earth would somebody feed the chicken milk? Cow's milk, supposedly, right?
Corn, and they'd feed it to the chickens and get them real fat and big. And they did this in France.
Yeah, the corn is gonna make the chicken fat and whatever. What did he say?
Chickens and get them real fat and big. And they did this in France for about 500 years. And the AOC actually.
So the chicken is still trying to run away from this dude. And I think in the next video that we're gonna watch the slaughter of those chickens, of this specific animal, I think. You're gonna see why they're so scared of him, right? Because supposedly, right, if those are new chickens relatively, then they don't necessarily know what's going to happen, right? We're gonna see in the next video. Fuck yeah, they know. They know.
Has a label on this bird for being, such a prized bird. They call it instead of the American breast, it's the European breast chicken, and it's almost as such high quality as champagne.
I mean, just terrified that animal running away from him, and he keeps chasing him. Just fucking
To them. You can tell from the males from the females apart. Obviously, the females are a lot tinier, but my male chickens have pointy feathers that come out, and then their comb actually goes back a little bit farther than the females. You'd think these are both be males, but no, this one is a male and one's a female, and then with that comb you can see it goes back.
No, they don't look like males. Where does he get this from? The chickens are incredibly easy to tell apart. They're incredibly sexually dimorphic. You can see it.
Back just a little bit farther than that female. So from my experience from eating American breast chickens.
So immediately to the corpse, right? Cut short. But in the next video, we're gonna see the actual process.
These are some of the ones that I've eaten up in my own backyard. The skin is a little bit more thicker than normal chicken skin, and I really like chicken skin, so that's something I really look for. And each bird is usually
like most carnies gonna not gonna like this part, right? The cut too. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, Martin Kevin says it's obvious who's who. Treats us like idiots.
Usually about 5 to 6 pounds if you really grow them out to the fully grown size. So
the cut is so easy, right? Because that's what these animals are to him. They basically this, just food. But right now the food is running away from him, terrified. And later, he loses the fight.
They're tasty. Those two were the ones I butchered at my own house, and they were 2 roosters. And I just were like, I got too many roosters. And I don't know how to explain this other than just say they have more of a chicken flavor than chicken, which is something that most people look for, and that's probably why they're considered more of a gourmet bird, is because of that flavor of more of a chickeny flavor and a nice fatty flavor. If you're looking to make some profit from your birds, this is definitely the bird to go. As you can
food and money. The juxtaposition is very clear. So
see, that bird was 108.
By the way, that's some homesteaders do try to profit from the animals they raise on farmers market and shit like that. So I'm gonna use like a small farm and homestead as interchangeably, kind of, because well, that's what most of them are, right? None of them become sustainable or self-sufficient or whatever. And all of them turn into trying to make a profit after at some point, right? After a few years of hard work and owning slaves. So it's easier to own slaves. They kind of raise themselves, basically. All you have to do is build the infrastructure and feed them and give them a drink, and don't mind too much if they get sick and die. That's all you have to do with animal slaves. It's much harder to raise actual food.
$80, and usually people sell the American breast chicks for about $6 a chick. This is about the average size of one of the eggs and the color. Hope you guys enjoyed that and thought it was interesting. Yeah, subscribe, like, and I'm going to be doing some experiments with the American breast. I'm probably going to try crossbreeding them with a Cornish cross and see if I can get them to put a little bit more meat on the bone, because I think those are 2 very good breeds.
He's a breeder as well, right? This is one more thing that like the point I'm trying to make, right? Homesteaders are seen in the larger population as this divine, self-sufficient, amazing thing that's happening, right? But they are basically stupider, less profitable factory farms with a little more space for animals, right? And a little more disregard to sentient, not to sentient life, but to like to actually like I don't know, like at least on the I don't know, like when factory farmed chickens are killed, right, sent to the slaughterhouse. At least they are trying to adhere to some kind of welfare, which is, of course, ends up being bullshit with the amount of animals they slaughter. But at least they're trying to stump them, right? Stun them. We are in a society which values welfare somehow, without questioning the killing itself. But homesteads, right? They're saying that they value welfare, and the one bad day ethos they talk about, and giving them a good life. Meanwhile, they're killing animals without stunning them. And we'll see that in the next video.
So, thank you, and stay tuned. We're almost monetized.
Almost monetized. Almost making money. And that's kind of a crock of a business because they can't make money. Homesteads don't make money. Most of them have to work second jobs to pay for the land, for the mortgage, for everything is incredibly expensive on homesteads. They try to build as much as possible, but almost all of them have actual day jobs. So that's the revenue they found these days. They are on YouTube trying to make more money. Some of them are doing it more blatantly than this guy. They try to try to profit and successfully profit off the cuteness of animals. Like most of the videos of cute animals, like cute farmed animals that you see on YouTube, I think most of it is from homesteads and farms and shit like that. And they profit from it. And then they show how to slaughter these animals, which is where we're going next. Let me see. Hold on. Let's go to videos. Yeah, so this is the video I saw, butchering chickens with little equipment. I don't know, guys. Tell me if you can handle it. It's not nice. He gives a warning sometimes, but you gotta tell me. I don't wanna show you something you don't wanna see. You know what I mean? We can go to other videos that maybe don't show the killing of animals. Can't watch it, it's too sad. Yeah. A lot of his videos are way too sad. Holy shit. Some of them, like most of them, I haven't watched even yet. But yeah, you can immediately see that he just sits down and slaughters animals. But some
Hi, welcome back.
some videos are not showing slaughter, so he's just talking about it. So let's do that instead. Yeah, I don't wanna. I told you guys, I'm a bit desensitized. And the first time in my life that I saw a chicken being killed, I was like 5 or 6 or 7 or something like that. My dad used to kill the chickens we had. So I'm a little desensitized about it. I also used to edit some slaughter footage a long time ago, though, like 5 or 6 years ago. But I know not everybody is desensitized, as it should be. As it should be. I'm the freak here. I'm the weirdo. So let's not.
Back to Hertz Homestead.
I just want to make the point, right? I invited YouTube. I tagged YouTube. I invited YouTube to participate in this live stream. I'm joking. I just don't know how this platform can house such a thing, but you can't say like certain words, even if what you're doing is describing your objection to those things, right? There are certain words you can't say, and YouTube will fully like demonetize you and shit like that. But this guy can slaughter chickens in his videos, and he's monetized, right? He said, "Oh, almost monetized." That was a few days ago. He already is. He crossed the 1,000 subscribers, right? And I suppose, by the way, he was stalking. He has the watch hours. So, YouTube. I don't know. Guys, if anybody knows what I can do with this. Like, oh, you don't understand how these butcher videos are not behind the 18+ wall. Maybe they are. I don't know. How do we tell? Sorry, I keep putting my hands on it and or my mouse on it and it plays. How would you tell if it's 18+? I don't know. What can we do? And where do we stop? Like, you know, this is a bit more violent. This is blatant violence on YouTube, but the implied violence exists everywhere. All the, I don't know, all the videos that cook these birds as a cooking channel and watched by millions. You can try opening the video without being logged in. Oh, okay. Log out, I guess. It's gonna do anything. Should I log out here as well? Should just refresh.
Hi, welcome back to Hertz Homestead.
I guess not. I guess, well, this video shouldn't be a problem because it doesn't show actual animal slaughter. But let's, and I'm not gonna play the entire thing because I don't want you guys to get into slaughter, but let's see if
Welcome to Hertz Homestead.
No, this shows blatant slaughter. This video, his wife wearing pajamas is holding the chicken, not even the cone thing, and they just slaughter it. Him, I think, or her, I don't remember, one of them. And then he bleeds the corpse in front of other chickens, right? He just stands next to the coop and bleeds the chicken out. So, not 18+. So what do we do? Please tell me. What should I do? What can we do to tell YouTube that this is unacceptable? I don't know. What can we do? Awesome vid. No gloves. Oh, no gloves. Oh, literal blood on the hands. Oh, shit. Sorry, I haven't been watching the chat. 18+ can only be watched logged in and on YouTube. Okay. Opening another browser. I'm not that I'm not logged into. Oh, shit, too many things to do, guys. Let's go with private with Tor, I guess. This is fucked up. This is too much work. We'll see. Can't watch the Gary Yourofsky speech on Discord because it's 18+, because those 3 minutes of slaughter footage. But this is not only probably watchable 18, not under 18, but it's probably monetized. It's probably making money off this. And I know from looking at the Homesteader posts for God knows how long, that that's how they learn to kill animals, just off YouTube videos. The first time they do it is just watch a YouTube video. There you go.
Welcome to Hertz.
18 plus. Slaughtering chicken. I'm not gonna show it to you, but yeah. It's not 18 plus. Don't know what to tell you. Wow, so many vegan videos are censored with 18 plus. Whoa, for slaughter, yeah. Report for sensitive footage. Yeah, the problem is though, right? I want it off. I want homesteaders to not be able to go on YouTube and learn how to kill animals. I don't know if it will achieve my goal to put them behind 18 plus. Oh, 18 plus videos can't be monetized. Are you sure you're not sure? Can 18 plus videos be monetized on YouTube? No, I'm running it through Toll, so it's gonna take a little bit of time. Ah, shit! My camera has died. Oh God. Well, at least one sec. At least I'm live streaming this times. Calabas. Oh, is there? Oh, is there? You don't need to miss Calabas. So there's a Quora answer. I don't know how that's gonna help us. They can ban your channel forever without any notice strike. I've tried a month of posting videos every day and 20% flagged 18 plus, but no strike. You need to be 18 years. Oh, for fuck's sakes. It's not answering my question, is it? For being underage. So this is not answering my question at all. I don't know. Somebody find out, please, guys. You guys are better at this shit than I am. Also, I have to entertain the others. So somebody go to second location and find out. Because if it's true, well, that wouldn't matter. That wouldn't reach my goal either, but that would be better. All right. This is the video we don't want to watch. This is the video we were watching. Talking about what things I wish I knew before raising Coturnic's quails. He raises quails for food. I think for eggs as well. That's rather newish. The real thing says, sorry. You can only watch if you're age verified. Sorry. Oh God. Yeah. Good. Nothing flashed on the screen. Oh, my subscribe. No. That's not what I wanted. Twitch account.
Hi, welcome back to Hertz Homestead.
Yeah, safe. So I didn't understand your point. You can only watch 18 plus if you are age verified by Google. Well, that's not the point, though. I'm not afraid for kids to watch this, right? Um, it could be I don't know. Could be beneficial if kids watched it. I think if they eat chicken, anyways. What I want is for YouTube not giving a platform to people who fucking kill animals, and I want homesteaders to not know how to kill animals. So maybe they fucking don't. I don't know. Or maybe they do and fuck it up incredibly and get traumatized for the rest of their lives and not attempt it again. Which is, of course, fucked up for that specific animal. It's going to be tortured to death, basically. Yeah. It's hard to monetize.
Today we're going to be going over
Maybe.
things I wish I knew before I started raising Kurturnic.
How about that the animals are sentient and deserve our consideration and shouldn't be bred and killed for your for taste, for a nice feeling in your fucking mouth.
Quail, jumbo, quail, and yeah, these are the things I wish I would have known. This is my quail coop. I like it a lot, but I have learned a lot of things. First thing is quail love to dig holes under the wall.
Animals are trying to run away, aren't they? Well, you keep them in this coop for their entire life and then murder them, probably in front of them, in front of their friends and shit like that. So yeah, they're gonna try to run away because they're sentient. They can feel, they can experience life, they can make conclusion. They conclude that this plonker took our brothers and sisters and killed them. So this is gonna happen to me as well. They can conclude that. They're trying to escape from prison, exactly. Even if it wasn't, and the innocent beings, even if it wasn't for death or whatever, right? If he wasn't raising them for slaughter, he prisons them in this tiny thing for their entire life. They never leave.
Walls, they dig holes right through there. So I put a lot of bricks. I'm always digging dirt over here and putting bricks in there because they'll dig right out. And then obviously you have predators like cats. Cats love to eat quail. Definitely invest some money in these traps and maybe a good airsoft rifle to get rid of all the predators.
I was trying to kill cats as well, I guess. People have issues on the channel and they have to tweet at Team YouTube. Yeah, maybe I should make a series of posts. Oh, nobody sees my YouTube, my Twitter. My Twitter is pretty dead, I guess. I don't know. Guys, hit like, hit subscribe, hit something. Go down there for a second. Just look down and hit something in there, please. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure. Now I'm in hysteria. I want to make sure that I'm actually live. But you were interacting with me. The last time I was thinking you were interacting with me as well. I was talking to my chat the entire fucking time. Okay, moving on. Right.
It's done wonders. So first thing when I started raising quail.
Oh, it's him being a terrible editor.
This mesh, the cats would reach their hand in, and raccoons, and they pull the quail heads out and then eat their heads off. And one isn't able to get the body out, so they would just kill 5 or 10 quail a night, and their bodies would just...
So this is the thing. Homesteaders, right? They move to the middle of nowhere to live with nature, right? They talk about nature in the circle of life. And then they spent their entire fucking lives fighting nature in the circle of life, just so that the circle of life only benefits them, right? Only their taste pleasure, right? So how does that work? Why is it the circle of life for you, but not for a raccoon? And again, I'm not advocating for raccoons killing quails. Those quails shouldn't fucking exist in the first place, right? And everything that happens in nature is fucking horrendous. But these guys are so convinced that they are in fucking nature. They are one with nature. They're living natural lives and shit like that. Yet they look at how much they have to work just to prevent nature from infringing on their ownership of these animals. They invest in traps, right? And they put up these coops, which either work or don't. And they have fences, and they have dogs, and they have rifles. It's just this entire thing. It's just a fucking fantasy that they live in. That they are one with nature, whatever the fuck. Or they live natural lives. They eat natural food or whatever that shit.
Body out, so they would just kill 5 or 10 quail a night. And their bodies would just be stuck in the cage. It was kind of gross. So, but they can't get up here. They usually go down here. So that's why I got...
Kind of gross. This dude kills animals. Supposedly almost every day, right? Because the video that I'm not going to show you, the animals are tiny, right? And quails are fucking tiny. That's one meal. So supposedly he kills an animal every single day, or every couple of days at least, right? Oh, it's gross when somebody else does it.
Got this stuff put up, and this totally got rid of my predator problem. And I've never had anything try digging in.
Yeah, Martin, I agree. I usually don't talk about people like this, but this guy is gross.
Other than the quail trying to dig out. Second thing I've learned about owning quail is they always need water. And I mean...
Revelation! Animals always need water. What a fucking revelation. Mind fucking blown. Jesus.
24 hours of water.
And look how gross that thing is. I mean, there's shit in that water, for sure.
They'll be dead. They're not even maybe that, like maybe 14 hours without water, they're dead. Their
Yeah, they're tiny, tiny animals. They need water. Animals. Mind blown. Need water. Animal need basic welfare. Yes, picture him. It's a revelation to him that animals need basic welfare.
Metabolism works a lot faster than normal animals, especially the jumbos.
Yeah, get ready for more terrified animals trying to run away from him.
And they eat through food like crazy. So I would, if you're looking for eggs, definitely thin out the males because they eat and eat and eat. This one's Snow White right here. Ugh. Where's Snow White? This is Snow White. She's a, ooh, okay. This is Snow White. She's a female. You can tell by the polka dots on her chest. She's my favorite one. I think she's really pretty looking.
The animals are fucking terrified of him. I would be as well. But it's like nothing. He doesn't even see it. Oh, it's my favorite animal. She's fucking terrified when you're trying to hold her. That's not how animals are supposed to feel about you when you interact with them, right? Not supposed to feel like these are, and you know, like, okay, if you go just outside and some animal that you don't know, of course they're gonna be terrified of you. But these animals supposedly see you every fucking day, right? Well, I wonder, why are they terrified of you so much? Even your favorite fucking animal is so terrified of you. Yeah, at least he said she not eat. Yeah.
I put that wood up there because I put my grass clippings in here and it keeps the smell down. and then I put it up there so they can't get the grass clipping up there into the water.
Oh no, animals shit and it smells. Animals shit and pee and it fucking smells. Oh, poor thing. Jesus Christ. Try cleaning it. Or try not to own animals. What am I saying? Don't fucking own animals.
And I've noticed that helps a lot. Quail also don't need a coop. So I had someone comment on one of my videos recently and they're like, what do you do for your run? This is my run. It's all you need is technically the run, is the coop. So you could do a couple different methods. You could have a
Freedom, guys. Animals on homesteads are so free. Free range. In 2 by 4 meters.
stacked type of quail coop. I don't own one of these, but I go out to a farm that does, and all their quail have feet problems.
Because I understand. He says, well, I take care of my animals better because I don't actually put them on a grid, right? What a saint. Gosh.
Or you can have something like this, and this is what I prefer. They can walk around, they have more freedom. The males can't mate with them as much, so it gives them a little extra space. I use this all the time and invest in a net. I mean that. Second thing I've learned.
I don't want to skip over that. That's how he catches them, I suppose. Right?
Invest in a net. I mean that. Second thing I've learned, feeding them meat, bird feed. I was getting like no eggs and.
So I don't really. I guess this is something that we can check out at some point. They have a different feed for animals who lay eggs and animals who they raise for corpse food. I think meat. I think they feed them more protein. I don't know.
Until I started giving them meat, bird feed. That's really what they need in their diet is
What do you mean? How do you know what they need in their diet? How the fuck do you know that about these animals? That's what I want to know. I want to know, right? How does he know that quail should eat chicken feed, right? Broiler chicken feed.
24% protein. People actually say more.
24% protein. That's like a lot, isn't it? I'm trying to think what do quails eat, I don't know, like in nature or whatever. Oh, those are not natural birds, I guess. They are bred to be big or whatever. But still, how do they reach that conclusion? Well, what the bird needs. I'm guessing is whatever grows them the fastest. That's what I'm guessing. This can't because it's not. Friendo, it's not. All of them, none of them break even. Even those who sell corpse and other food on markets and shit like that, all of them still have actual jobs. I don't understand why they're doing this. I think it's just a fairy tale. They're doing this for this fairy tale of being self-sufficient, which none of them are, of being, high welfare, which they think they are, but none of them are. Not the way actual welfare should look like, right? They're not even reaching that in any fucking way. Like, most of them don't live next to a vet, right? And wouldn't bother paying the money to take their sick animals to the vet anyways. Most of them is just, if the animals are sick, they just let them die. Asking questions in Reddit groups, whatever, in subreddits. But no, it's not. It's not effective. Cost effective. It's expensive as fuck. That's why factory farms exist, right? So these people just live in a fucking fantasy of self-sufficiency and high welfare. In the end of it, just don't understand. They work like crazy. They pay so much more for food, so much more. Just eat the crumbles directly. Yeah, 24% protein. That's good, isn't it? It's not bad. Somebody tell me. Yeah, sounds good. Like 20% protein for a human. That's pretty good. So 24%, that's superb, isn't it? And you have to feed animals protein for them to later have protein. So just eat the protein directly. Yeah, exactly. You don't think these crumbles are tasty? Well, that's the thing, right? Because alpha caros taste is changeable, changes all the fucking time. If you eat those pellets for 20 days straight, you're gonna find them delicious. You're gonna be dreaming about them. It's just fucking grain, nothing else. They soak it as well, so it gets fermented and shit. If you cook it, it's gonna be delicious. It's just fucking grain. That's all it is in there. It's grain. You know, add herbs and spices, amazing. It's fucking food. It's delicious food. And also, you can just not buy this fucking bag of food and go buy tofu and some soy sauce and marinate it in it a little bit. And I'll give you a trick. Everybody, I'll give you a trick. 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast, and like a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic grain or whatever, or garlic granules or garlic powder, whatever that is. Your tofu is gonna taste fucking delicious. It's gonna taste like a delicious hot dog, not the disgusting hot dog. The delicious hot dog. Yes, tofu heals. Absolutely. Heals your soul. Means you don't have to pay for the death of animals. Or at least not for the slaughter and the rights violations of animals. And one day, hopefully, if we win, you're not gonna have to pay for animal death at all. That's what we are hoping for, right? It's amazing, Martin, Kevin. I implore everybody to try it. 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast, and a little bit of garlic powder or granules. Put the tofu, cut it in small cubes, put it in there, let it sit there for about 5, 10, or like an entire day in the fridge. Fucking delicious. Tastes like a gourmet hot dog. That's what it tastes like. What's up, Michael? You're not fooling me? I know you're late. Lab? What do you mean lab? What do you mean lab, Alpha Caris? Alright, let's continue watching while I get answers.
Protein, but this is what I give my birds. They lay eggs and they put meat on it and they're getting fat on their bones. So yeah, this is what I suggest, and this is what I feed everything in my homestead. And then when they're young, you give them game bird feed, 30% protein. Another thing I really wish I would have known when I started homesteading.
I mean, this is just such a waste of protein, isn't it? He feeds them however much of high protein food, and then he slaughters them for this tiny little body, tiny little corpse of however much. What is it, like 100 grams of corpse or something, like, or maybe 200. They were a little bigger. I doubt it gets to 100 even. It's just such a waste of food, right? Just a waste of protein, and a waste of life, of course. The waste of sentient life. It's fucking tragic. However you look at it, it's all fucking tragic. None of this is cost effective, right? Uh, all of it is fucking cruel. Even the welfare that they claim to have it's not even the basic welfare. Those animals are not free range or anything like that, right? The gold standard of high welfare is free range. They're not. They're stuck in a fucking cage their entire lives. And then this plonker kills them in front of their brothers and sisters and just drains them out of their blood. Animal agriculture is so inefficient that this is worse. This is worse, right? People are talking about small farms and homesteads as if it's like a gold standard. This is worse because they're pretending to have high welfare, so he always feeds them this amazing feed, right? When in factory farms, supposedly they feed them whatever they can fucking find, including pure garbage, right? Pure plastic and shit like that. But this is even more inefficient. So why the fuck is he doing that instead of going and buying a block of tofu? One of the most efficient fucking proteins out there is a block of tofu. And it has more protein than any bird, any beef, anything. Why is he doing this? For the fairy tale, I think. I don't know his motivations, right? Maybe he's like a second gen or a third gen or whatever. And the fairy tale is like ingrained in him at this point. But it's fairy tale nonetheless. Nothing that they say about their life is actually happening, right? The self-sufficiency, no. The off-grid, no. They have to go and buy all this feed and they have to buy their own food. None of them are actually self-sufficient, right? They still have to buy their food, the animals' food. They get packages. They're not off-grid at all. High welfare, no. Big fail on that. You don't even take animals to the vet when they're sick. VPM, could you post your recipe for tofu in the chat so I can screenshot it? Sure, I'll do it. So this is for a 200-gram block of tofu, and it's best like just keeping it overnight or for the entire day in the fridge. It just soaks up the entire thing. It's fucking amazing. It changes the texture of the tofu as well. It's really, really good. So 1 teaspoon of soy sauce or tamari sauce, whatever you decide. 1 teaspoon. Oh, it just does that. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to. Nobody write anything. Nooch. I guess it does that. I guess I don't have a choice. And about 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic granules. 1 block of 200 grams of tofu. That's how I get my tofu, is just in blocks of 200 grams, which is perfect for me in my size. Cut it in cubes, marinate it. Even like a couple of minutes of marinade is still fucking delicious. And of course, add a little bit of oil. And for air frying, or some oil in a pan. And probably use a non-stick pan if you're doing it in a pan, because otherwise... Yes, seed oils, the modern superfood, seed oils. All right.
It was a quail usually hatch on day 17, not 18. I don't know why that is. Every quail that I hatch out at day 17, and then day 18, no more hatches, and they all die. So they die.
All die. So just people who are like anti-abortion. I don't want to start that shit. I don't want to start that conversation at all.
I try getting out of their eggs. So day 17 is usually when they hatch. And then secondly, with baby quail, as you see here, so I left this
Baby terrified animals. There we go.
in here for purpose, but usually every 3 days their bedding gets so dirty and it starts sticking to them. So you need to be really, like, you need to always be cleaning their bedding every 3 days. So the first week of them being alive, you don't have to clean their bedding. And every 3 days after that, you're going to want to clean their bedding. Something I've noticed that works really well is, because I hate.
So the one thing I'm keep banging on about, because it's just one of the saddest things, right, is how what is the structure of animal families is in farms altogether, and in these farms as well. Usually, not always. Sometimes they keep the families together for a little longer. But in this case, right, they just hatch the animals without they just take the eggs and hatch them in an incubator or something like that, right? It's not natural. Again, it's just this naturalistic fallacy. It's just breaking my mind. But they take the baby animals, right, and they keep them separated from the grown-ups. So the animals, they have no chance of learning anything, right? Like, can you imagine a human baby, if a human baby was just raised in a room with other human babies with little to no interaction with grown-ups? We don't have to imagine it. We know this happened in the past, right? We know this happened in Brazil. We know this happened in Romania. We know this happened in USSR. Orphans just kept in huge rooms without any interaction with actual grown-ups. They were incredibly stunted in their mind and in their physiology, right? If you don't pick up a baby once in a while, they're gonna be stunned. And the aging started. Jesus, I'm gonna suffer in a little bit. Feed ratio conversion is horrible with animal agriculture. Yeah, absolutely. So these animals have absolutely no choice, right? The other day, I'm gonna show this to you. I don't think I've posted it yet. This guy was complaining on. I'm gonna post it in a couple of days. If you don't follow me on Homesteader on Instagram, please go do it. All of this knowledge, I think it's important for vegans to know all this stuff, because next time somebody says, "Oh, I get my food from a local small farm," whatever, you can tell them confidently, that's worse. That's worse, because these people are killing animals with their incompetence, because they're not taking them to the vet, because they don't know what they're doing, and they're killing them without stunning. It's worse. So this guy, right? Meat chickens. I got my first round of meat chickens. And boy, are they dumb. He says about literal, 4-day-old babies. What the fuck is wrong with you? Those are babies. And those are babies that you haven't introduced to grown-ups to teach them fucking anything. Grown-ups of their own species, right? That's how all animals learn. By interacting with the grown-ups. The mother hen is gonna teach them stuff, and you prevented that. Of course they're gonna be fucking dumb. I set out their food, and 2 were stuck in the feeder, which has never happened to me in traditional laying type of chicks. They're not great. They're not bred for their smarts and not given a chance because they're not interacting with adults. I ended up taking off the feeder top so they can eat out of it as a trough. Yeah, baby animals needs accommodation. They need accommodating if you're not gonna provide them actual adult supervision from their own species. right? And in the comments, they're like, "Bull, turkeys are dumber." You know, shit. You're not giving them a chance. You're not teaching them all the stuff that they need to know. Of course, they're gonna be fucking dumb. You keep baby animals isolated. Sorry, it just breaks my mind how people are pointing at these animals and saying they're dumb. Anyways, sorry, rant finished.
Hang for stuff is if you work somewhere that has shredded paper, throw shredded paper in, they'll flatten it down in like an hour. So you don't need to be worried about that. So
yeah, demand babies can do everything like an adult, but without ever being shown how.
yeah, though a lot of them will die if they get wet and pests or poop on them. So make sure your water isn't leaking, because these waters have a problem of leaking a lot. So I'd even maybe invest in a better water. Yeah, and then I'll be splitting them up in this bucket and that bucket. And then lastly, the weird.
So can you imagine how many animals he has to have if he's killing one bird a day, or one bird every 2 days or so? It's just this endless reproduction of sentient beings that he's gonna slaughter in a couple of weeks. I mean, putting feelings aside for a second and putting logic of slaughtering and not valuing sentient animals aside for a second, think of how much of a headache it is, how much of a administrative nightmare it is to keep this straight, even, right? This process going on all the time.
Weirdest thing that makes quail, I wish I knew before.
Yeah, for real. I don't see any general difference between this guy and factory farming. I really don't. He even handles animals in a way that is like just fucking brutal. I mean, there's just less in numbers, right? But most of these animals are going to just die from his incompetence, his inability to care for this many animals. And I'm sorry for English shit, you know, sometimes much and many is... English is hard.
Started raising them was their liver and hearts taste a lot different than most other animals' hearts and livers.
Look how serious he is about it. Well, the hearts and the livers, they taste different. Dude, can you, baby Dahmer, can you stop for a second and think about what you're saying? Huh? Like...
And I almost consider it a delicacy, that's how good they are.
Oh my god. Taste, though. Taste pleasure. It's always for taste pleasure. He's talking about animals' hearts and livers like it's nothing. Like the animals. Anyway, I'm getting upset.
So I'd save those because they're small animals. They don't put much meat on them. So one little, little extra protein. Secondly, I'm laying down. I'm done. The video's over. I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers and get monetized. So
this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm doing this today. This specific guy. He gets monetized by showing other people how to kill animals. That's insane to me. It's insane to me. I just had the Hannibal Lecter in front of my mind. Yeah. When he spoke about liver taste. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely had this. It puts lotion on its skin, playing in my mind. Even to Chianti with that. Yeah.
Thank you for everyone for watching. It really means a lot.
This pillow. That's insane.
But yeah, and hopefully my channel grows into one of the biggest homesteading channels out there. I'm only 3 months, 4 months on YouTube, so
3 months, 4 months on YouTube, already hitting 1,000 subscribers. Now, people are going to point out, VPM, you're kind of jealous as well. A little bit. I'm a little bit jealous. Because I've been doing this YouTube thing for like a year and a half. Probably stupidly. Probably wasn't doing it that well. But this guy just points at animals, runs around terrified animals, slaughters animals. In a couple of months, he's getting monetized. So I am jealous a little bit. For sure. That this guy gets to have a YouTube career. And me, the person who stands against violence, doesn't. It's just, I wouldn't say jealousy is the right word, because I don't want to get monetized. I can't monetize this channel at all. Like, because for monetization, I actually have to tell people where I'm from and shit like that, and who I am, stuff like that. And I'm still unwilling to do that. So it's not, I'm not jealous. I'm just like in despair from this world that this guy, in a couple of months, just by running around terrified animals, slaughtering terrified animals, gets monetized in a couple of months, right? Because monetization is like status on YouTube. Having subscribers is status on YouTube. Yeah, and that's what's despairing about it, Martin. VPM, you're on the right side, which is important. This guy is not. That's what's despairing about it. It's not the fact that I'm a small channel and he's growing incredibly fast. It's the fact that he's growing incredibly fast. The guy on the wrong side of history is getting all the perks in this world. And the people who oppose the slavery, I'm gonna say it, fucking slavery, animal slavery, are such a small minority that they can't reach this status, right? Oh, it's incredibly much harder, to near impossible to reach that status. That's what's disparaging about it. Not the fact that he's getting, well, that as well. He's gonna get money for killing animals on video. YouTube is gonna pay him for it. It's insane. It's abhorrent, Olawale. True. It's fucking abhorrent. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit there, Martin. I'm getting a little dystopian. I'm talking myself into dystopia right here. Yeah. I'm getting fucking upset. Guys, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna get some something to drink. I feel dehydrated a little bit. And I'm getting a headache because I'm getting upset. So I'm gonna get some water, some coffee, and be right back, okay? Sorry it took me longer, but I'm here. I appreciate the panic. That means that you care. I really like the panicking. Yeah, it's a good little music note. YouTube are doing so much right sometimes. Sometimes. They let these plonkers on and pays the money for it. Insane. Absolutely insane. So if anybody, listen, guys, if anybody has an idea on what to do and how to do it, to bring it to the attention of YouTube. And it's not cool that they're hosting animal slaughter, literal animal slaughter. And it's just fine. It's okay. And they're gonna be monetizing that slaughter. Probably have already. Please contact me. I'm available everywhere. Everywhere you can think of. I am available. I'm very responsive. Yeah, I'm gonna try to think on contacting Team YouTube on Twitter. I think for the first time in my life, I'm just gonna like add a bunch of people, like a bunch of Twitter vegan celebrities, to help boost that post, and we'll see how that goes. You see, only reporting the videos with slaughter for not age restricting them. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think YouTube should be paying for this. That's what I'm saying. Right? Monetizing your channel is like a reward. It's a status. I don't think you should be paid for slaughtering animals. One sec, guys. It's getting dark. So I need to shine light into my face. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else to say, dummy. What else can we watch that wouldn't include slaughter? How to raise pigs. Oh, this is gonna be sad. Holy fuck. Alright, let's do that.
Come and join us as we give a tour of this amazing little farm. These are one of the biggest importers of these pigs in.
I'm already upset. I'm already upset. This exploitation of reproductive systems and like family functions of animals, it's really, really upsetting to me. I don't know why. I'm not even like an family person, right? But it's like upsetting to me for some reason that they exploit these universal animalistic structures. I think it's upsetting to me because most people really value that shit, right? Most people really value bodily autonomy, and most people really value family structures, and yet most people pay for the destruction and abuse and exploitation of those things. And I want to say a word here, but I can't because YouTube doesn't like that word. Yet it's gonna monetize this channel that kills animals. But I can't say a word to describe the actual thing that is happening, right? So I'm gonna say grape like a fucking child, like a fucking idiot. Those restricted videos will be demonetized. Maybe. I'm gonna check it out, Bianca. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna write it all down somewhere so that I don't forget. I wouldn't forget, but I'm gonna write it down anyways. My trusted notepad. So we're gonna try one. There's just so much work, Bianca, because this is not the only homesteader on this platform, right? I want something systemic to happen. I don't know if like demonetizing one channel is gonna help. What he's gonna do is gonna blur the entire thing, and then it's gonna be fine. I want something systemic to happen. I don't know, but I'll think about it and I'll do research on it. So contact at Team YouTube on Twitter to report videos with slaughter so that they maybe get demonetized. I don't know. And if you have more idea, let me know. There you go. Let's solve it like that. Oh God, it's just I don't know why it's out of all the things, it irks me the most sometimes. This exploitation. Well, I know why exploitation of bodily autonomy. It just irks me the most. I know why that happens. I have a background of feminist activism, but this exploitation of family structures as well, and this isolation of babies and then calling them dumb. Those are the things that like really get me upset. Not the slaughter. Unfortunately, I just don't mind the slaughter anymore. I'm desensitized for the most part. Yeah. Those age restrictions, okay. And the sow was probably still artificially inseminated, probably. It's the more efficient way to do it, yeah. It's upsetting because animal abuse and exploitation is disgusting, yes, but those are like the specific things that get me the most upset. I don't know why, Martin. I mean, I have propositions of why it's the most annoying. I think it's just the hypocrisy of non-vegans that actually value those things, just not in these animals. They value it in the species that they are part of, but not in other species. YouTube doesn't like award, but accepts slaughter. Exactly. That's what's annoying about it. That's the gross part. And the other side, the flip side of it, right? Because I'm not even sure how do I frame it. Like, I want it off YouTube. But the problem is, I just want it out of society. I want it to not happen anymore. And I don't know if taking it off YouTube would help that goal in any fucking way. You know what I mean? I'm just reacting with my the logical progression of why YouTube is paying for slaughter and shit like that. But if getting it off YouTube, I don't know if that it does more good than bad, I guess, or neutral, or if it does anything. You know what I mean? Because it's the exposure to slaughter that makes vegans sometimes, right? I don't know. I don't know. I just wish I knew. I just wish I knew what happens in people's minds when they watch this. I don't know. I haven't watched this video, so I'm hoping there is no slaughter. But if there is slaughter, this guy has been so far like letting us know. So I'm gonna skip it over there. The homesteaders will move to Rumble or whatever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is banning it off YouTube even gonna help? Does Rumble Pig's Dream? Check it out for me, please, if you can. Does Rumble pay as well, the way YouTube does? Not that that's gonna be the only problem there. I don't know. It's a complex situation, isn't it? I don't know. I'm getting itchy. So we're gonna watch a little bit of this, and then I'm gonna go, I guess. I don't know, guys.
In South Carolina, and they are only growing. So come and learn.
What's going on, guys? My name's Evan Streeter. Streeter Heritage Farms. I'm a 24-year-old first-generation hog farmer here in Blackstock, South Carolina.
All right, so tell me about your operation.
So we kind of have two operations in one, both surrounding the pigs. So we have a farrow to wean operation, which is where we farrow piglets and we supply farms primarily throughout the Southeast, though we've sold pigs all over the country for them to raise out either on their homestead or on their farm to butcher and sell the meat.
So how much do you sell, like, on average, each piglet for?
It varies. So these are red wattle pigs here.
Slaves. Those animal slaves. And I don't know how people can call it anything else. Those are bred and sold for slaughter. Slaves. Different kind of slaves. Slaves nonetheless. Sentient animals. Being traded like fucking objects. Being shipped, by the way, like fucking packages from Amazon. Rumble offers instant monetization for creators. Nobody is there, though. I get it. Yeah. So maybe that's a point plus for making this campaign known. I don't know. I'm just like. So here's the thing. Maybe I'm just not the person to do this. Maybe the person who should do this should be like somebody with more exposure. Because then, you know, it goes through the whole entire thing. It can be on TV, in the news, and whatever, and it can raise actual conversation around it. I don't know. I'm just like a tiny, tiny person on Twitter. I have like maybe 400 followers or whatever. I don't know. I have to think about it.
Primarily red wattles are what you're looking at here. There's some Yorkshires running around, but the base price is about $120, and then it'll kind of go down from there with quantities. And
$120 for a piglet. Slave trade.
And then, really, every pig I sell, it's kind of individuals. You know, if you're coming to me and wanting 200 pigs, we're gonna work out a different deal than if you're coming to me and wanting 2 pigs per.
So this is not a tiny operation, right? Somebody can come to him and buy 200 piglets. This is a picturesque factory farm, basically. Can you imagine the numbers that he has? So that's standing in front of a, I don't know, like something that looks a little more picturesque, the way people imagine farms to be, right? Somebody wants to buy 200 fucking pigs. That's not a small operation. That's a fucking factory farm, innit? What's the definition of factory farm? Okay, for Wikipedia, I think has a pretty good chance of giving me a good answer. A concentrated animal feeding operation, CAFO, is defined in the United States Department of Agriculture, is an intensive animal feeding operation, right? Which is in which over 1,000 animal units, animal units. The concept of animal unit has traditionally been used in North America to facilitate planning, analysis, and administration of forage use by grazing livestock. But the term has also had other applications. The term has been variously defined by regulation, blah, blah, blah. Animal unit. I mean, more de-animalization than that. More objectification than that. Hold on, guys. The light was too intense for today for me. I don't feel like having a well-lit face today. Hold on. There you go. So this is disgusting. But over 1,000 animals, if you come in and buy 200 piglets, right? You already, because of the way they are stacking the schedules, right? That means you already have animals in there, or you're gonna have animals. You're gonna become a CAFO. You're gonna become that when you get 200 pigs at a time. They raise them, I think, for like 8 months to a year and a half. It depends. So they have to like buy a bunch and then let it go, like not buy any more animals for a couple of months, and then buy another bunch. So they are separated by age, right? And to have like constant production, they have to stack the buying process and do it every couple of months. So it's like, I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but it's basically, it's very scheduled, is what I'm trying to say. So if you buy 200 animals, you have a schedule of buying this amount of animals every couple of months, every 2 months or something like that. So that, so you're gonna have more than 1,000 animals. So that's a CAFO. So this picturesque, pretty farm setting, it's incredible. Like, that's how carnists imagine that's where their animals are coming from. That's bullshit. Bullshit.
For your homestead.
How do you feed them? Water them? What do you feed them? What's your setup like?
Obviously, we just moved these pigs in here yesterday, actually, and it looked like that the day before yesterday. So you can see all that wheat that's coming up in there. They come down here and eat a lot of that. So grass, what they can get from
Grass-fed pigs. Grass-fed pigs. What the fuck? I learned that from Homestead as well. You don't feed your pigs grass. You don't raise them like that. Those are not animals that usually eat grass.
forage, but we feed a commercial feed.
There we go. There we go. Grain. They feed them grain on small farms, on tiny, picturesque, almost free-range farms. They feed them fucking grain. So crop deaths, though, is a fucking myth. You know, that it doesn't happen for animal agriculture as well. Tenfold, basically. Grass-fed exploitation, exactly, Martin.
Soybean meal and corn is primarily what it consists of.
Let's hear that again.
The soybean meal and corn is primarily what it consists of. That's a standard hog feed ration.
Soy meal and corn. Crop deaths, though. Yes, yes, yes. Let's exploit and kill animals so that crop deaths don't happen. Yes. Where's vegan gays? She would lose her mind. Yeah.
We feed 18% protein. That's just kind of what's easiest for us.
So they feed the animals, not for the animals' sake, right? This is the definition of exploitation. So small farms still exploit animals. And what does that mean? That nobody's thinking about the best interest of these animals. Nobody. They're feeding them 18% protein because it's more comfortable for them, because the animals grow faster, whatever the shit. because it's going to become more profitable. It's all like an Excel spreadsheet. The animals are not even an afterthought. Their best interest is not considered here, right? And this is what happens with the concept of welfarism, the way it is in practice, right? They say, "Oh, animal welfare." Well, animal welfare always loses to the spreadsheet. Always. That's the problem with the implementation of animal welfare as like a thing that should happen, right? I don't know. Yeah, ironically, his name is Hertz. That's what I said in the beginning. Yeah. If you say no you to the crop depth fallacy because of chickens and pigs, then they'll always say they only eat grass-fed cows. Bullshit. 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 I learned that from Homesteaders as well. Grass-fed cows taste like shit. Homesteaders say. Don't do it, they say. Grass-fed beef. Grass-fed cows that produce beef. That are slaughtered for beef. It tastes like shit. The meat tastes like shit. Because it doesn't have any fat in it. It becomes slim. Especially if they are like free-range grass-fed. It's gonna taste like fucking crap. That's the lie. That's the lie. All homesteaders say, feed you, pen your cows, feed them grain for at least 3 months before you slaughter them, right? Pen meaning lock them up so they don't waste as much energy, so they get fatter, and feed the grain to have the fat, so it actually tastes nice. So grass-fed is a lie. All of them are talking shit. Oh, they end up smothering the goddamn thing in fucking butter. And then the I only eat one cow goes out the drain anyways. The currency debaters always lie. Yeah.
We only got one feed bin, and that's what we need for the gestation pigs, the sows, the piglets, and it helps get the sows that we just wean, their body condition back to where it needs to be. So
that you can impregnate them again. They never finish their sentences, right? They never finish their sentences. Again, we're not thinking about the welfare of the animal, right? Here. He's not thinking about the best interest of animals. That's the crux of it. That's the exploitation. Even the best, the most idyllic farm, we're not thinking about the animals. That's why it needs abolition, full abolition. It can't exist. Because what welfare crops up to be is what is best for the spreadsheet. And it's best for the spreadsheet to feed these animals a certain way so that they get back in shape, so that they can get impregnated again. He's not worrying about the mother sow and her well-being and her best interest. He's not worrying about that. Sorry, I missed that the TV is blaring. Not sure what you're saying there, PixG. Sorry. It's all a marketing ploy. I actually am gonna at least partially disagree. I don't know. It's up to the motivations. But the way homesteaders talk about it, it's a fantasy. They have this fantasy. It's not a marketing ploy because they usually don't sell the animals, right? This guy, he sells the animals. That's why he's standing in the middle like that. I bet that's why the pigs are running around a little bit as well. So some of it probably, but I'm not sure if always. I think sometimes they just live in this fantasy. They're lying to themselves. And it's incredibly clear. The homesteader that we reacted to the last time, I bet she thinks she's the bee's knees. She's the welfare queen. Oh, that means something else in America. I bet she thinks that she's like amazing to these animals, right? And her farm is like incredibly high wealth and whatever. I bet she lives in that fantasy, despite like losing so many animals to just sheer incompetence. Oh yeah, it's incredibly high wealth to kill off like a bunch of animals to just die because you don't take them to the vet. You couldn't be bothered, even if you have one at hand. The one that had the bunnies on a grid, yeah. I bet she thinks she's like she's amazing for the animals, right? So I think it's a fantasy. Sometimes it's a fantasy. Sometimes it's a marketing ploy for sure. I think those farms that have like this like picturesque surroundings, it's partially in a forest, right? Sporadic forest, and they're green, and the pigs are fed some green for some reason, despite not being a ruminant animal. I bet this is gonna be used to excuse Caiaphas, yes. But I bet this guy lives in a fantasy as well. He's like, oh, I'm amazing. Not only do I am I a national hero by feeding all these people, right? I'm also giving them high welfare. I bet that's what he says. So welfare to let bunnies live on a grid, yeah. One in a cage. Yeah. And the animals are fucking terrified.
That's what we feed is 18% just commercial hog ration, primary soybean meal, and corn.
So explain to like the other people us watching this, kind of like something new they're getting into. Explain what a sow is, gestation, all that, what that means.
You know, you got sow, gilts, and bulls, and barrow. So
I don't understand this guy too much. Maybe we turn on the subs. Well, sow, gestation,
and barrow. So, you know, a gilt is a unbred female or a female that hadn't given birth. You know,
for the same reason that I get really upset about this family structure and shit. I also get upset about the different names for the different stage of breeding. I don't know why. Something about it really irks me that they have different names for the virgins and for the mothers, right? I don't know. I don't know why. It makes non-vegan feel better because they think there's not contributing to animal cruelty, etc. Yeah. I wish it was easy to put in words that non-vegans can understand. That the exploitation itself is fucking cruel. Just the sheer fact that they are being exploited is fucking cruel. It's peak objectification, absolutely.
You know, probably less than a year old. A sow is a pig that is farrowed or given birth, and then you have a boar, which is an intact male pig, and then you have a barrow, which is a cut male pig.
Cut means castrated. The same reason. Just don't like it. And I can't put it in good enough words. Why I don't like it? Help me.
That's the different kinds of pigs that I guess you would have as a whole.
So how much?
You didn't answer the question there, did you, my darling? He asked you what farrowing crates are, and you didn't answer. We don't want to break the fantasy, guys. We don't want to break a fantasy. What's up, animal personhood? How you doing?
How much does a setup like this cost?
Well, it kind of depends on how many pigs you have. So if you're on a homestead and you're raising 1 or 2 pigs out a year for your family.
By the way, when they say raise out or feed out, it's a terminology. They mean like raise to size, to slaughter size or slaughter weight. So raise out.
If you want to do it regeneratively, you would want to use the deep bedding method unless you had the land to, really build multiple pens to rotate them throughout your property. To just build a pen like this, I mean, it's definitely well less than $5,000. Even with the watering system that we got hooked up, all we do is, for the piglets at least, we just got a float valve in here.
Oh, the fucking children there. Jesus Christ.
You get that from Tractor Supply.
Fucking toddler.
Hose ran to wherever you can run your hoses to, and just a water pan, and then we just built that little frame
So they don't knock it around and stuff.
so they don't knock it around, and then we screwed it to that tree. But this tree could easily be a 4x4 you
Yeah.
put in the ground, but definitely less than $5,000 for sure.
Okay.
A really nice one.
So this entire area costs $5,000 to bring. It's like, it's peanuts. Guys, the only people that can afford having a homestead or a small farm are rich people. For real. Or people who continue working their day jobs. And nobody can afford, like, homesteading. Sometimes some of them will talk about, like, it's... Well, no, not anymore. I just saw the post of one person. He was like, oh, this costs this little and this costs this little. It ends up being like 250 grand. And it's not talking about a mortgage either, right? It's not talking about buying a tractor and building all of this shit and getting wood and getting feed and getting all that stuff. It's incredibly expensive. So they definitely fucking live in a fantasy of this sustainability and self-sufficiency and all that shit. Well, he's probably making money, some kind of money, on the backs of animal slaves, for sure. Peak commodification exploitation embedded in the language is slimy. I mean, it's so normalized and regular that they need to shorten the language to avoid saying virgin pig multiple times. Maybe. I think it's part of the fantasy. I think it's part of the fantasy for them, but it's also part of the... Because when they are alone, they're joking about that shit and they're talking about that shit all day long. I've seen it in the Reddit. And it's probably in closed groups, it's probably even fucking worse. But it's also the fantasy for the people who are going to markets and buying that shit. You don't want to say this animal is a virgin, but later on, she's not going to be a virgin anymore. They don't want to talk like that. It would make the customers upset, I think. Doing well. Other than heavy dystopia. Well, shit, this is not gonna help you, animal personhood. But listen, I've been thinking about this, about dystopia. And I don't find myself a lot in it. And when I went on Chip's channel, he asked me, well, what do you do for dystopia? And I couldn't answer then, but I think I know now, right? I think the only thing we can do right now is concentrate, like, to not live in the dystopia, is to lie to ourselves and to kind of make more attainable goals. I think attaining smaller goals or thinking about smaller things that you can do would, or at least, somebody who is actually, like, doing stuff. Not everybody is doing stuff. Some people are just living out there. But I think part of the dystopia is our perception as well that the world should be vegan and it should be vegan as fast as possible, which is true, but it's not attainable. And that's where the disparity lies. I think dystopia is actually cognitive dissonance. You have to reduce it. And you can reduce it by thinking about smaller goals, concentrating on smaller things that you can do or that other people can do. Celebrate smaller victories, right? I think that will reduce dystopia. I don't know. Could be talking out of my ass. But try it. Try it and let me know, animal personhood, okay? The language gets way more specific than that. Yeah, true. Non-violence has limits. I don't know what you mean by that. Did non-violence add Nazism? No, violence ended Nazism. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not willing to go there, though. I don't think, I don't know. I just don't like, I don't think war is logical. I don't know if it's possible otherwise. Maybe I'll change my mind in like 50 years. But right now, I don't think violence is the answer for a peaceful movement, right? We're talking about us being like a peaceful movement, so I go for very well scoped goals, RL. Yeah. But also like concentrate on it, don't concentrate on the somewhat unattainable thing right now. Or, shift your perception. It really helps me thinking that if lab-grown meat succeeds, that could actually speed up at least a relatively cruelty-free world or relatively cruelty-reduced world, right? Even if it's not going to be a vegan world. So it actually gives me a lot of hope. I know it doesn't to other vegans. Some vegans don't accept it as a good solution. I accept it as an intermediary solution. So it really gives me hope. I'm really hoping that there's enough companies at this point that they're not going to get stifled. And I'm really hoping that they actually start replacing farms at all. I'm hoping for that. So it helps with dystopia, actually. Yeah, violence is definitely not the way. You kidding? Hey, what's up, vegan runs? How you doing? My ass is beautiful. It's tired. My ass is tired. Today was a lazy day. Everything is itchy. Right. What happens if one antelope sees the possibility, but the others always flee when lions arrive? Can an antelope who organize with their horns scare lions away? I don't know. It's beyond my scope. Everything that happens in Asia is kind of weird to me. And incredibly cruel for the most part. So we have way more capacity for change, yes, but should we concentrate on the end goal as much as we usually do? That's the question. But if we realize the power in the aggregate, we don't have the aggregate yet. We only 1 to 2% of the population. We don't have the aggregate yet. And I think lab meat will get us there faster. I'm hoping, at least. I'm hoping. I keep looking at it on social media. On social media, just regular guys, not the anti-vegans. Regular people. A lot of them are incredibly excited about that prospect. So, could actually work. Right. Let's continue with this.
You could probably build one for less than $1,000, you know, with makeshift materials that you have laying around.
Okay. Are these pretty friendly when they get older? Like, will they like act like dogs? Because I went to a homestead recently and they had like 2 pigs, and they were like, they wanted to act like, they were acting like dogs.
Oh yeah, yeah, they'll get pretty friendly if you come out and you mess with them and you're around them a lot. But
Oh, look at that! Socializing with animals makes them friendly. So when you grab a bunch of babies, the way we saw in the previous video, and just put them in a fucking bin for a couple of weeks, then don't get socialized with anybody except for other toddlers. Could be incredibly detrimental to your well-being if from a very young age you're not socialized with anybody.
we kind of got so many pigs, it's hard to give each one that individual attention. You know?
Oh yeah, no shit. No shit. That's another point that I made once. Let's say you have like the best fucking welfare farm. To be any kind of successful, you gotta have like, I don't know, 50, 100 animals, right? The smallest, tiniest profit farm, right? How are you gonna give them all attention in a way that they actually require, as they are being baby animals, right? I wonder if he's gonna talk about how many animals actually die in his care. Just die, not even slaughtered. Just literally die from neglect and incompetence. Yeah. Cute piggies, but not normal without a stable society. I agree.
What so I see that you cut the trees down right here, and then over here it's all forested. You just doing that so they have shade, so they go down?
The whole, everywhere we'll do this. So all
Ecosystem though. Cutting down trees.
the pins will come through, like these are sweet gum trees. So any of the trees that we don't find value in, so like the sweet gums, that tulip tree or poplar, you know, anything like that, we'll cut down about this height. And I started doing it this height so that when I came in here, I didn't trip over the stumps. So this made sense. But the whole reason that we wanted to do this was to allow sunlight to get down to the you know, forest floor here.
So you can start growing grass.
Vegetation, you know, can come up through here, and that's so that there's probably a foot of mulch and hay down right here.
Oh, that you laid yourself?
Yeah, at least. I mean, you could dig down here for quite some time, and you're just gonna.
It just doesn't seem worth it. Like, at fucking all. None of this seems worth it, right? Not only does it eventually just leads to neglect, right? They're probably not changing that mulch that much. And also, like, 100 pissing, shitting animals around him. Not trained, obviously. You can't train this many animals, despite pigs being incredibly trainable, right? Because they're incredibly smart. I don't understand why it's this worth it to them. Just build a fucking, what's the name of it? Just build a fucking orchard, like a fruit orchard here. Or you have to take care of it even less, right? If you just build the fruit orchard. Or oh, what's the name of it? When you take a part of when you take crops and you cover them, right? What is the name of it? What's the English word for like glass house, or not glass house, but like when you grow food basically inside, but in a transparent kind of thing. Fuck. I use this word greenhouse. Thank you, Pigstream. I use this word so much, but sometimes I forget it. Where are my carnivores to tell me to eat a steak for memory? Or to eat their brain or something? Yeah. Mouse, absolutely. Yeah. I live in the USA and Midwest and found that people of color are more receptive to veganism. Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons that women are more affected by veganism. When you know what the experience of being subjugated is, either generationally or on your own fucking flesh, it's easier for you to have empathy for others who are also subjugated. Yeah. Shed on greenhouse. Yeah, greenhouse. Just build a fucking greenhouse and grow food in it. Actual food. You need even less to take care of them. This doesn't seem worth it, like, at all, even from the perspective of the farmer, like, to raise animals, especially this many animals that he can't take care of. It's all becoming a spreadsheet. How many dead stock is he's gonna have on his hands? No, Alpha Carrot. No, not because of biological instincts. With generally instincts, both in animals and humans, are a bit over emphasized. We don't actually have that many instincts. We have like this little, like the hair standing in the back of our necks when something happens. We have little things. We don't have that much instincts. Most of the stuff we have to be taught. And I don't understand what this biological instinct has to do with veganism. It's not in our biology to be vegan. Who gives a shit about it anyways? It's the 21st fucking century. All of our instincts are overwritten. How many people are walking enough in a day? All of our instincts, if they even exist, are overwritten. So I'm sorry, I'm calling bullshit on this biological instincts, whatever the fuck that means. Is it worth it? Not objectively, but the government gives subsidies. Yeah, it's also this fantasy, I think. I feed people, this person says to himself. I feed people. Insurance too. Yeah, maybe. Women are more likely to feel bad for the animals. Because, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Empathy. Because when you know what it feels like to be subjugated, either through generational trauma or generational teaching, right? My mom taught me to be scared of men. So when you know what it feels like to be subjugated, you are more likely to have empathy for other subjugated people. And that includes, of course, farmed animals. But there's nothing biological about it. Or at least very little. So I'm calling bullshit, basically. I gotta know about pork, but the true cost of beef is $13 per pound, but heavily subsidized by all our taxes. Vegans pay for slaughter too. Yeah, sure. Nah, instincts are real. Yeah. Go instinctually feed yourself in the woods, please. Seriously. You get your food in the supermarket. Come on. Shut the fuck up. Seriously. And I'm sorry for being crass. I'm getting upset by this at this point. People just tend to say this shit. Oh, it's our instincts. It's our biological whatever the fuck. No, we don't have all that shit anymore. We are raised out of it. Everything that we know, we were taught, including peddling this biological bullshit that has been debunked so many fucking times already. We barely have any biological functions left. We almost entirely like a product of our society at this point. Stop this bullshit. Oh, I have the instinct to eat flesh. No, you don't. You were raised that way. And women don't have the instinct to be more empathetical. We were raised that way. And yes, I will include myself in the womanhood because that's how I'm treated in the society. You're upsetting me, piece of. There is. You think there is some truth to what you say. You don't have any evidence for it. You don't have any evidence for it. And there is lots of evidence against it. Even just by not reading anything, right? Just walk about and look outside in the natural world on concrete and shit. Just look around. But also please read some stuff. This whole evolutionary psychology is bullshit. It's bullshit. It's been debunked 10,000 times. It's all conjecture. It's all stupid. It doesn't fucking apply to us. Sexual dimorphism is real. The dimorphism means the difference, physical differences, right? It doesn't mean that, okay, you can say sexual dimorphism is real. Women are generally smaller than men, generally, right? Generally speaking. There are other things as well. Men have like higher bridges or whatever, right? More likely to have higher forehead bridges than women. But then you say, and therefore, this trait that women have is biological. No, bullshit. I call bullshit. It's societal. And we have evidence for that. Just go read. Stop buying into this natural bullshit. It's not real and it's ruining the world. This mentality is ruining the world. Oh, it's a natural instinct, blah, 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 all that shit. No. You were told the shit and you got convinced by it. But evil psych is stupid and it's been debunked and it's like an incel feed. Stop buying into it. Start thinking by yourself. And you know what? One more thing. Even if it was real, even if women had generally more empathy because of biology or whatever the fuck, it doesn't fucking mean anything in the 21st century. You are in control of your mind. You are in control of your actions. Women can turn off the empathy, right? And go fight in wars and go fucking band animals and go slaughter animals, right? We are in control. So stop talking about this biological bullshit. People are using it as a fucking crutch to say, well, I am fucked up because of this biological thing. No, you fucked up because you bought into this shit. Just start working on yourself. Start learning, start reading, start fucking examining what is in front of you without using this crutch. And start changing your fucking mind. Jesus. I get worked up about this shit. I hate evil psych and I hate appeals to nature. I can't stand it. I think it's ruining the world. Really, really. I think so. Because people go, well, this is generally what's happening. It's usually bullshit. It's not what's happening. And it's not what's been happening for ages or whatever, right? They're saying this is what's happening. Well, therefore, it's okay to continue happening. It's a stupid fucking idea. You are in control. Start controlling it. Nature, nobody gives a shit about nature. People are using it as a crutch to justify the exploitation and murder of animals, specifically. But other shit is the subjugation of women is also coming from that. Well, men are this way and women are this way, therefore blah, 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 blah. Stop. Just treat people that are in front of you, and that includes animals, for who they are. Let them show you and tell you who they are. Stop assuming this shit. It's a crutch. It's a crutch that's destroying the world. It's keeping it in shit. Just make yourself better. Leave this nature stupid shit out of your mind. You are in control of your mind. Nothing biological is controlling it. There are some biological, physical limitations, yes, but your mind, you can change it. You actively can change your mind, and this biological crap is stopping you from doing it. Right. Postmortem for Marines? No fucking way. I'm not going into politics. But more vegans should be in politics. We should start raising politicians from our ranks. People who are actually willing to sally themselves by going into politics. I'm too much of a ideologist to be in politics. I don't think I can do it. And you have to be that, you have to know how to compromise to be in politics. Yes, even those politicians that keep saying, oh, we're not going to compromise, all of them are compromising. It's important. But I can't do it. I can accept intermediate steps, but I can't compromise my morals for fucking anything. But listen, the vegan bad girl has the League of fuck, what is it called? The League of she has a lobbying company. Go support her. Go find her. Fuck, Connie. What is her name? Somebody help me out. The real thing, I bet you know. Connie the vegan bad girl. She has fuck names. I don't remember names. Vegan bad girl. Yeah, her YouTube account was amazing. I don't think she posts too much on it anymore. Yeah. She emptied it out. Yeah, that's a shame. It was an amazing fucking YouTube channel. Anyways, she realized this, right? That more vegans should be in fucking politics. That things there should be, you know, that people should start moving things there as well, right? Because you can't just have grassroots. You have to have support from up top as well. It must happen this way. Or everything has to work together. Nothing ever arises just from grassroots. Somebody at some point has to go and tell the politicians to cop out the funds, to change the laws, all of that shit. So the League of, what is it? Jesus Christ. The League of, what does she have? Maybe she has it in bio. Fuck. Vegan bad girl. League of. Please, somebody help me. She's amazing. So she basically has a lobbying group. She made a vegan lobbying, and yeah, it deals. It asks for, the group asks for welfare things as well, right? But it also takes vegan measures. It's incredibly important what she's doing, and more vegans should do it. More vegans should go into politics. Even the small ones like local council. Vegans should be there. We should start representing shit. Like, think if there is a vegan in a local council, all of a sudden they at the least have to accommodate them with food, right? Because there is also always snacks and shit. So at some point, if there are enough vegans, they're just gonna make the entire thing vegan, aren't they? The entire spread. Okay, guys. I think I don't know if I wanna. Fuck! I just really wanna find out. You're fighting there. I can leave you fighting if you want, but I think I'm off. I can keep the stream up for a little bit if you want, and you can continue fighting. But I think I'm gonna go. To summarize, Herd's homestead indeed was painful. They raise animal for exploitation and slaughter. The basic welfare is not apparent to them, and all welfare loses when juxtaposed with costs. So if you don't mind, guys, I think I'll continue talking about homesteaders for a little while on this channel until somebody finds something else for me to do, I guess. Because I'm not doing videos anymore. I don't know why I can't cross that barrier anymore. I don't know why. Right, guys. I'm gonna leave the stream up if you want to continue talking for a little bit. Thank you for coming. I appreciate all of you. See you next time.